sure the audio can hear me. Should hopefully be able to. Let's see, deadlock, audio. Alright. Time to pull up a ranked match. Wow, right here, 3 minutes 44 seconds. Perfect. Immediate, actually. Love when it's an immediate pull. Perfect. Alright, so let's look at these team comps. So on the Hidden King side, we have McGinnis, Holiday, Vendor, Bebop, Pocket, and Grey Talon. It looks like we have some good pick characters. We have 2 pick characters, and Venator and Pocket and GT are pretty good mid-game damagers. If I'm this Hidden King team, I'm really looking for some overall picks. I think this is definitely more of a pick comp. I don't think they're as good as team fighting as the Archmother is. So I think for the Hidden King, your definitely goal now is to look for picks, let your McGinnis go to late game, or just try and go for a whole pick comp, and once you do, then you can try and get a team fight off. And while I'm looking, so you're definitely going to try and maybe see some Bebop looking along this river line, and you're going to see this Holiday going in and invading their jungle, trying to grab people out of the sky and pull them over the rest of their team. And on this Archmother side, we have Drifter, Ladygeist, Billy, Celeste, Milkrill, and Dynamo. And when I look at this, I think this is a lot more of a, this is definitely a team fight comp, other than the Drifter, who is going to be their pick. So the Drifter's going to be roaming around looking for tempo and keeping everything going. So it's definitely going to be a team fight tempo comp. But you also want to watch your Ladygeist scale. So it looks like the Drifter, Billy, Mo and Krill, Dynamo, and Celeste are really going to be looking for the team fights and trying to make these plays happen. And the Drifter does get parried and dies in the pocket. Who's also on 1 HP. There's one truth in this game, and that is the dead man's parry. But the pocket does die to the Drifters too. And Billy is parried, but Celeste is here to try and help. Will the Bebop or Vendor go down? Will the Billy go down? It seems like nobody's going to fall, and Celeste is going to get this healing minion for their team, and so is the Vendor. It seems like this will go back to a neutral lane state. But I think this is definitely going to be looking more of a team fight comp with your Billy and your Dynamo. Billy ult and the Dynamo ult can get a lot of people. Mo and Krill for your picks. But a lot of tankiness, a lot of damage, a really big team fight from this team. They're really going to be playing on these objectives. And you have Vendor get parried to save the Celeste. Bebop is trying to gun him down, but they're just not going to make it. Of course, in this laning phase, we're really looking for that. And it looks like the Drifter is really going to try and get some tempo, and so is Celeste, and so is Billy. Some very good early game characters. And you have Holiday, who can be an early game demolisher, and so is McGinnis. McGinnis really can just lock down a lane. Obviously, the goal in this early game is to start getting tempo early, get the souls up, get the kills. The sooner you're ahead, the easier it is to stay ahead. Don't have to try and make any comeback plays. And yeah, I'd really love to see maybe this Drifter drone for some going and roaming, looking for some picks. Definitely a good pick here. Definitely can roam early. That 1 does a lot of damage. That 2 allows you to teleport. And the Drifter goes for the Bebop. And the Bebop falls under tower. Drifter getting a stack for his troubles. And Vendor is really close. And will the Vendor go down? And the Vendor does fall as well into this tower. Drifter allowing to get +6 stacks and 2 kills. Really trying to get these early game tempo up and running. Trying to help out his other lanes while letting his Geist farm, as Geist is going to be their late game carry in this game.
Pockets missing.
And it seems like Celeste does fall on this blue lane as well. Just kills after kills happening here on this blue lane. And over here on this right lane, we have Dynamo trying to dive out of that tower, getting hyperlined. But then coming back up and getting beamed down is very low, but has their 2 to get out. Holiday is here, so you do have a lot of mobility going in. Will they go for the tower dive? And Dynamo is just going to run their way out. And Drifter is chasing this Pocket under tower, going for the Affliction. Will it be enough to save the Pocket? The bird comes in, and the bird does miss. And the bird misses the Drifter, but Drifter will fall, and so will this Pocket. McGinnis over here on this right lane, trying to take out this, trying to get an early game Guardian, allowing their Holiday to really set up and roam here once they win this lane. GT does manage to take out the Geist. Geist did have swap up, so but the GT was just too strong. Of course, you don't want to let these GT get too many stacks. Neither do you want to let the Drift
I'll drive a stake through their heart.
I got a little surprise for him.
Sorry about that. Had a little interruption. Anyways, you have the vendor here. Bebop and Vendor really looking for this tower, but Billy and Celeste are here. Are they going to try and stop it, or are they just going to let this tower fall? Vendor and Bebop are a strong lane pairing, and it looks like they're just going to let this tower fall, as dying for tower is not going to be worth it at this early in the game.
Your mind will be honed.
And it looks like we have Bebop and Vendor are roaming to try and stop this Drifter and Geist from taking over the game. Do they catch it? Drifter does go over. Will they be able to find him, or will he out? And the Bebop finds the Drifter, grabs him with the hook, and punches him, and he is stuck in the hallway with the Vendor and Bebop, and they will go down to the tag team duo of the Stun and Pull. It looks like over on this blue lane, we do have some farming going on.
I see Krill.
This guy is ahead, and so is his pocket. So it looks like this Billy might have been trying to go for the pick, but they do go for the burn on the Billy, but it's not enough to kill. Does the Billy get out? It seems like the Billy will manage to get away, but the Drifter is sticking on this GT. He's gunning him down. Only 100 HP left going down the tunnels into the mid-boss pit and going out the side. Drifter is still on the prowl looking for this kill, and the GT will manage to get up the rope before the Drifter can find them and rend them. And Moencrow does fall to the McGinnis Holiday. Holiday using their ult recently, getting a good pick on this Moencrow, and looks like they're going to try and take this tower so they could really start, so they can leave this landing phase and Holiday will really start roaming. At this point in the game, with the tempo that this Hidden King team has built up, I'd love to see them start looking for these picks in the enemy jungle. You have a Holiday and you have a Bebop. You have the perfect team comp to go in there and grab people out that are low or left alone. Meanwhile, on this Archmother team, they really have to stay alive, and I think their best play is to go for Rift here. They have Billy, they have Dynamo, they have Geist, and Celeste. Like, all of these characters are really benefited towards this, towards going for team fights. It looks like this GT is going on the Moencrow, but Drifter is there as well. He has the teleport. He is going on. Will he chase under the tower? Moencrow is going under the tower, but GT going up. It's gonna be hard for the burrowing Mole Man to follow, and GT will get out safely. And Vendor is on this Drifter. And over on this right lane, McGinnis did fall, but Bebop is still behind, either hiding or looking for a kill. And the Bebop is hiding. Over in this mid lane, it seems like the Vendor did use his ult to get the kill on this Moencrow and get the kill on the Drifter. What an amazing snipe from this Vendor. I mean, they're taking fights on 2v2, 1v1s, and that is just what's going to be beneficial for this Hidden King right now. But Billy is going in. An amazing lane bully. An amazing lane bully, and just an overall great skiller. But does not want to fight these two powerhouses on the mid lane. Alright, we see Celeste trying to get these buffs at that 10-minute mark. And at the 10-minute mark, we will see that Erd has spawned. And with Erd spawning, we also know that the Rift will be spawning soon, around that 12-minute mark. The Archmother side just trying to get some farm up. The Hidden King side really should be looking for these picks. Your Pocket's ahead, your Vendor's ahead. It looks like they are going on. This Geist 2 is alone, but Drifter is running the Urn, so this may end up becoming a 2v2. And it looks like the Drifter is on the Pocket, but the Pocket does have the cloak out. And the Drifter, but the Vendor did not have the shotgun to stop the Geist and pull him off, but now he does. But the Vendor will try and run away from this Geist as the Pocket will fall. I mean, there is always a risk for going for these pick plays. They're looking for the picks, trying to keep their lead. But one bad pick, and you're the one falling, not the enemy. The Bebop goes down on this right lane to the Dynamo Celeste, while McGinnis is able to stay back and keep their head. And it looks like GT was able to kill the Mole Man at, under their own walker. Holiday doing what they should be doing and grabbing the Drifter out of their walker with those lassos, but the team is not there to follow up. This is what we want to see from this Holiday. Looking for the picks, using their lasso and pulling them out. Even though their goal is to stay ahead, Billy is going in, looking to grab a pick on this Holiday, and they will find it. Holiday is staying a little bit too far forward, a little bit too long without a bounce pad. Goes for the Afflict. Does it hit the Drifter? It does not, but the Drifter is so low. Celeste coming in looking for this pocket. Does he have a cloak out? And it seems as if he's going to keep running. And the Moan Krill is there. The Moan Krill has the ability to pull out. The Moan Krill ults him. And the pocket will fall.
Snares on cooldown.
I might have been wrong with this. Maybe the Hidden King does have the better pick comp with this Moan Krill Drifter. But I really do think the Archmother does have the better team fight. While Venator is strong and GT is strong, a Billy and a Geist is a very scary team fight. Is very scary to go team fighting into. And the Celeste with their ult, that bounce will hit everybody in that rift, which is about to be spawning any second now.
One big moment.
It looks like this Drifter is running around looking for picks, trying to take that advantage he has of getting stacks off of kills. At 12 stacks at 12 minutes, playing a Spirit Drifter. Sees somebody on the Sinners, but it is the Pocket who does have the cloak. Goes for the parry, and parries nothing, but the Drifter gets parried himself, and the Pocket's gonna pull him out. Will the Drifter manage to escape? He goes for the TP, runs for another parry, and he will die to the Pocket, but the Pocket might die to the 2 and the Stalker. Mo comes in, and Mo gets parried. Will this allow them to get out? Celeste is here, but he takes the bounce pad, and he does get out to his Walker and to his Bebop. Over on this left side here, it looks like Geist is trying to use the distraction on the right to force this Walker. But Holiday and Venator are both here. Holiday is very low, but the Venator gets the stun on the wall, and they will fall.
I have my orders.
And GT and McGinnis are fighting for this, but Celeste does come in, using their... Celeste does come in, trying to focus on the flying GT, forcing them out of pit. It is just the Moan Krill, and it's just a GT now. If they can force the GT out of pit, what they do, it seems like the Hidden King side is going to give this up, not having enough of their people at this rift in time. I think both teams correctly identified that the Archmother might have is going to have the better team fight here, especially at that rift, and they got the pick on the Geist instead. Venator is looking. Venator could push this Walker, but I don't think he realizes nobody is on that Walker to begin with. The Bebop is fighting this Moan Krill, trying to get that pick. But Moan Krill does just have too much damage for this Bebop right now. Over on this right lane, looks like we have Drifter grabbing the center. If he sees the Holiday, does he want to go for the pick? No, he does not. And it seems like we have a lot of people coalescing on this mid lane, looking for the Moan Krill, look for the Billy. Holiday coming in. Will they have the lasso up to go for him? And it seems like Moan Krill is the one who will fall. He's getting, he is ulting the Venator, getting that heal, but with the slowing X and the Bebop bomb, Geist does come in. And Affliction comes in, missing the Geist. Holiday comes in with these barrels. Holiday does have that stomp damage. Are we going to see the lasso? Are we going to see them pick him out? Or are they just going to let him run away? And it seems like that bird is coming in. The bird does take out the Geist.
I don't have the luxury of mercy today.
It seems like, well, the Archmother may have the better team fight calm. It seems like the Hidden King might have a better team fight macro. As we just saw them picking out the Moan Krill in that fight, all targeting the one person, and then going for the Geist afterwards. It seems like this Archmother team here really should be looking for more picks. We have the Moan Krill, we have Drifter. We have 2 decently good pick characters.
Shots almost ready.
The best way to get back into a game is to pull off one person before going for a major objective like this urn. But the Hidden King is just going to grab this urn with 0 resistance. Archmother would have really liked to have grabbed that urn here, trying to recoup some of their losses from the previous rift, or from the previous fight. But Pocket is going to be able to grab it and just run it all the way there. It looks like we have Moan Krill on this GT. GT is low, but they do have the flight, and the flight allows them to start dashing and moving around this building. This GT is going to be able to escape this Moan Krill, but the Moan Krill is still on the hunt. Over on this left side, we have Dynamo and Geist pushing a little bit far forward, trying to stop this Pocket from depoting. You know, as the old adage goes, if you can't have it, don't let your enemies have it. It's better for no one to get it than for your enemy team to get it. But it seems like they are just going to back off here, and the Pocket does depot this for free. While he may have had a little bit of decay on it, he is going to get the full souls from it. And a Fed Pocket is a scary Pocket with that cloak and that suitcase and the barrage damage. I'd love to see some more counterplay here. We have people like Pocket without a dispo. We could see some slowing hexes come into play here. especially for that holiday as well, we could see some curses come in, you know, or a disarming hex for this Venator. And since that Venator does come in and shoots down the Celeste, and that Billy is getting a little overzealous trying to fight this 2v1, and he will go down as well. This Venator is just shredding through people's health bars. There's a reason this character is a mid-game monster, and the reason looking for picks is so strong. The amount of damage this character does in the mid to early game is immense. You know, I'd really love to see some disarming hexes come out. This Venator does seem to become a problem, and a slowing hex will help stop this pocket from leaving whenever they please. Holiday did have that lasso, but it seems like the McGinnis was unable to kill the Dynamo, and the Dynamo will just be able to escape. Over on this left side, we have Pocket and GT looking on this Billy and Geist, but they're just going to back off, not wanting to push too far into the walker. Crow seems to be looking for a pick here.
Owl's almost ready.
Realizing there's two people, does not want to go and use their ult on this, even with the Drifter nearby. But it seems like the entire Hidden King just wants to reverse this pick with the Bebop getting the grab, throwing him into the Holiday and coming in for the ult. But the Crow does stop the Bebop's ult, and the Bebop will parry the Bebop will parry the Crow, and the Bebop will pull out the Drifter with the Holiday's help. This whole play started with Crow looking for a pick, trying to get a pick before the next Rift Fire attack. And the Dynamo comes in, grabs the ult, but the stun pulls him out of it, and the Venator will live. This all started with the Archmother looking for a pick of their own, so they can start trying to get some of these team fight wins. But the Hidden King, having more people, they reversed it and got a pick on the two vulnerable people, and Dynamo showing up trying to stop that Venator. And it looks like they're going to go for this mid-boss here at that 18-minute mark. They have the Dynamo down, so it's going to be really hard for them to contest. Billy is nearby, but does not want to go for the hero play. It seems like on this left side, the Pocket decided, I cannot contest, so let's get a walker at the bare minimum. And Celeste is going for the other walker. Will Holiday pull out? The Holiday gets parried, and that allows Celeste to get this walker, but will Celeste be able to lead? The Bebop and the Venator show up. I don't think the Celeste will be able to get out alive. They did sacrifice two people for two walkers. They sacrificed two people and the Reju for two walkers. And will this pay off? The money difference went from 10k to 2k. So you could argue it did pay off a little bit, but it really depends on how much value they get out of these Rejus up in this next few minutes. They need to take these walkers while they have the people down. Drifter comes in for the ult, and Holiday just finds him, gets the lasso, and pulls him into the rest of their team. And it looks like the Drifter is just going to get shredded down, and they get the pick. Everyone gets to keep their Reju whilst going for that shred. And the Bebop gets another pick on this Krill. Although the Billy does come in, trying to frontline for the enemy team, but he pulls nobody into that walker. This is a 3v4 under Walker. Pocket coming in, making a 4v4. Venator on the right, trying to get that walker through Krill. Holiday getting some nice shots off here. The Bebop is low, and the Bebop does use the first Reju. But the Dynamo will fall in turn, and the Geist goes in, trying to pull out another one. But with the Bebop pulling it back in when they try to escape, they will fall as well. So while they did initially trade some walkers for the Reju, as long as you're getting the value out of that Reju, the walker trade does not matter. So they're going to get equal walkers out of this Reju, as they got walkers for the Reju initially. This is what you want to see. You can give up a slight, you can give an inch, but while you're giving them an inch, you're secretly the one taking the mile.
Open container log of bullshit.
And it seems like this Holiday is going to just take this Rift for free. With the enemy having two people down, they are not able to contest it. Expanding their lead back up to 20k. They still have two Rejus, about 1 minute left. But after all the fighting that is done, there's all this farm on the map for them to take. The Archmother really needs to be looking for these picks here, looking for something they can win. If they can pull one person out of a fight, they might be able to come back with the future fight, but they do need to wait for these Rejus to end. Engaging on those Rejus could be a bad idea. The Hidden King here is really moving as a group, is really moving here looking for more picks. But that could be the chance they get. We could see the Archmother start to force group up here, looking for the split apart Hidden King who keeps looking for these one-off picks. We have the slowing hex coming in from the Hidden King, really wanting to reduce the movement of that Celeste and the Billy. and it seems to be working. The Celeste does seem to be caught out, but that character just does have a lot of movement, and they will seem to manage to get out with Billy coming in to hold off the rest of the team. And the Bebop going for the pick, but doesn't seem to grab it. That ball going through the back line, but they seem to have enough of a health pool between them to not matter. It seems like they are trying to go for this as a team fight, picking off the Bebop first. And the Bebop will fall. And next they see that Venator. He is cut off from the rest of the team, and the Venator will go down. This is what we like to see here from the Archmother team. You're looking for the people who get cut off from the rest of their team, trying to make these plays on these people alone. Even with the rest of the team being nearby, you're able to find and cut them off. That's how you get back into a game like this. Looking for those picks, looking for those one-offs, looking for whatever can get you that extra soul advantage and take space, because now you see they're invading the entire enemy farm, making it that much harder for the Hidden King team to get any resources of their own. It seems like Pocket was going for farm, but Mo and Krill did happen to find him. Pocket does have that too, but Celeste is going and following that cloak. He doesn't have a cloak up anymore, but he will have it up soon. But there is a Flowing Hex, and the Billy will come in. It is a big thing that the Archmother is doing. They're not just grabbing their picks, but they're staggering them. They know that while there's people down, they should be looking for those fights, trying to keep it so there's always 1 to 2 people down. But they may have overstayed their welcome. The Archmother team did not stay for the rest of the fight, and the Drifter will fall. The Celeste getting the Slowing Hex. The Holiday is here. The Bebop's here. There's just too many people with the Slowings and the picks to pull for you to get out. But the Celeste might just manage it with all these shields. But the Celeste, ball. I mean, the Archmother really did have some good stuff going there, and they kept trying to look to stagger, but it just seemed that without the rest of their team there, they still are unable to win these they're unable to get these picks. I really need to see the Archmother just needs to stay grouped for the rest of this game. I think that's gonna be the best way to try and eke out a win here, because we see the Hidden King still likes to split up their Bebop and their Venator, and the Pocket maybe even going for farm. GT getting us a poke, we're really not able to take out anybody. And it seems like the Archmother side here really isn't looking to push up to that mid line to get their farm. They're really trying to stay closer to their own line and their own wave. It is a 1-to-1 walker, an equal walker state, and an 8k advantage to the Archmother. Sorry, to the Hidden King. We see the Holiday and McGinnis really looking for people. They're on that mid line. They want to find people who the Holiday can pull out, and the Bebop seems to be pulling and hooking. But it just seems like they grabbed the wrong person without knowing the entire scope of the enemy team there, and there was 4 Hidden King. It seems like the Hidden King is doing a better job at grouping the Archmother is, and the Celeste does get pulled straight into the Walker Slam and stunned on the wall, and the Venator will kill them. It seems like other than people pushing waves, the Hidden King is going for a 1-4-1. The goal of the Hidden King here is to try and stay together. They know that while they're ahead, the best thing they can do is fight as a group. When ahead, it's a lot harder to lose as a group than it is to lose the 1v1.
Start digging.
And the mid-boss is coming up soon, so we could try and see a forced fight here from the Hidden King while Celeste is down to try and go for this mid-boss. Hidden King is grouped up on this left side, and they do know the Rift is also spawning here. The Hidden King and the Rift are going to be up around the same time. And we'll see. Will a team try and let the one get the Rift, get the mid-boss? Or will this become a fight for the Rift and then the mid-boss? It seems right now we have 3 Hidden King members on this Rift. Not enough of a lead to give the enemy resistances, but enough of a lead where they feel comfortable taking it. The Archmother knows they're there. But it seems like the Hidden King is looking for this Billy they found alone. Holiday is there, and the Billy does have their 2. They do have their movement. But the Holiday comes in and grabs them with the lasso, and they will get bursted down. So while they may be giving this Rift, they did grab the Billy. And by grabbing the Billy, it could give them this huge chance to get mid-boss. But the GT is low. Will the rest of the team come in to save their GT from the Archmother? Or will the GT fall?
I'll take Krill.
The Hidden King, trying to use their superior numbers, comes in, but the Dino, having their ult up, is able to pull too, but the Archmother is not there to capitalize on the Dynamo's ult. Nobody will fall, but the Venator will go down, and the Pocket is going in, looking for this Geist. Monocro coming in for the McGinnis, and the McGinnis, it does have their heal up, but Geist is there with the major damage. Will the Geist get the kill? And the Geist will, and they will fall. This is a 2-2, but Billy is about to be back up. We have Celeste is currently on this GT is on the Celeste. But this victory may not have been decisive enough for either team to claim the mid boss. Or I may be wrong. The Archmother team looks to be immediately going for this mid boss. They see that they got their Billy back up. They're up one man, and while the enemy team may have 4 ults, 2 of them are on the dead people. And the Billy Celestial is going to be a much stronger ult for this pit than the Hidden King has. They definitely have a huge priority for this mid boss. And it seems like the Hidden King will not contest, or the Pocket does come in, but just a little bit too late, and the Pocket will fall. Pocket trying to make a hero play, but just not being fast enough. The Archmother team managed to get their team fight get a little bit ahead on the team fight, and now they got to use this rejuve as effectively as they can. You're trying to look to trade this rejuve for kills and for that Walker. Once you get your money advantage, some kills here are worth a lot, and the Walker is never worth a small amount. But it seems like they're looking for this guy to try and pull out a rejuve. GT is going in. Are they trying to get a rejuve out early? And it seems like the Geist has a counter spell. Seeing this GT and this Holiday, they decide they need that counter spell and the Pocket. They know that the best way to get rid of these, to stop these ults from going through, is that counter spell. That is a smart buy, stopping them from losing a rejuve, allowing them to take a little bit more time to farm up, get their buys in, and then start pushing. I mean, you see just by having the rejuve how much pressure it's causing. Everybody on the Hidden King team is staying within that mid lane, while the Archmother is free to roam throughout the enemy's jungle like the Celeste is doing.
Ready to use knockdown.
It seems like this Drifter is looking to go in, and so is this Billy, and so is this Mo and Krill. The rejuves are about halfway up. They have a minute 30 left. They managed to get a 10k up on them from farming, but now is the time for action. They need to use these rejuves as effectively as possible and look for these kills and look for this Walker and try and convert it into base guardians or even a shrine. But Holiday does get the pick on the Mo and Krill, and they will lose a rejuve if they don't want this to be in vain. They have to go in, but the Mo and Krill will fall. This is going to make it much harder for this Archmother team. It is now a 5v6, even with 2 rejuves. Having the extra damage of the extra person makes it very hard to go in here. And it seems like they're just going to try and take this time to cement a soul lead and go for farm. And with them not grouping up to go for this mid Walker. The Hidden King team, knowing that that rejuve could still be thrown at them to get that Walker, they are spending a lot of people around that mid Walker, trying to make sure it stays protected and keep that blue wave pushed. Without that blue wave, they cannot go for a Walker. And it seems like the Holiday may try and grab this and get some extra money for their team because they are behind. And the Holiday will be able to go in and grab that bounce pad and just kind of dash their way out as they please. The movement on this character sometimes.
Turret's online.
It seems like right now both teams are content to take it slow. Or the Mo and Krill may be going in trying to get some scouting out. But we saw what happened last time Mo and Krill was going to scout out people. He got pulled by that Holiday. So maybe he's learned his lesson and he is pulling out. It seems like both teams are looking to play a little bit cautious. Or this Hidden King team is looking to play aggressive. This Archmother team is looking on the offensive, but this Hidden King team looks to be okay with playing this a little bit more passively. Making sure they're trying to keep everything defended, sending some people to get out the waves when they feel safe. They know that one wrong move could spell disaster for this Hidden King team. but the Archmother does, and the Archmother knows that they are looking for these people held out, people to take. But they are just circling, looking for these waves, trying to find somebody alone. But literally no, every person on the Hidden King team is ready for this team fight. They would rather take it in a team fight than take it in a pick. Even this Holiday is looking for stuff, but does not want to tempt fate, is not looking too far. Mo and Krill maybe seeing a lull in the amount of people there. Tens is going in a little bit deeper. Drifter grabbing a TP on this, grabbing a Stalker's Mark on the Venator. Not looking for a TP. This game seems to be a stalemate until any more major objectives. Neither team looking to push that, just push that inch a little, that inch too far.
You mess with the wrong.
Let's take out Holiday.
The Holiday decides to be the one to break the tension and to go for the lasso. And it seems like it will be working out with the Mo and Krill being low, and the Billy is low. And the Billy will fall. The Hidden King team is down 2, but the Archmother does have, the Archmother is down 2, but they have slightly more health than this Hidden King team. Everyone left on the Hidden King is below half, but the Geist gets hold. And they are behind the wall, and they are now just as low as everybody else. But they do still have their ult up, but will they die to Spirit Burn or Procs? No, they will not, but Holiday goes in, they hit with another barrel, and they get the headshots off, and they will fall. This is the opening the Hidden King was looking for. That Holiday doing what they're best at, getting those picks. As said in the early game, this Hidden King team really is just a team centered around their 2 pick characters of Holiday and Bebop, and this Holiday showing why. Grabbing the one ult they need to change the pace of this game once again, from Archmother being ahead to the Hidden King going for this mid-boss. And the Hidden King, the side mode could go in for a hero play. He does have the unstop, he does have his ult, but it seems like people already also have unstop. And he waited, but he does go down. The rest of this, and it seems like all the rejuvs will go the way of the Hidden King. The Hidden King got their picks, they got their rejuvs, the momentum is back in their favor, and it is now their time to play aggressive, to look for these kills, and to go on the prowl.
I see the enemy.
This McGinnis seeing the Billy alone, really trying to get some early game, they're really trying to get some damage done in here. But this is Billy we're talking about, one of the tankiest characters in the game. But the turrets are just shredding him. These Hidden King players are no stranger to playing aggressive with their rejuvs. They got it, and they immediately went with the idea of going forward. But this Holiday is getting ulted by Mo and Krill, but this also does put Mo and Krill pretty far forward. And the rest of the team does come in, the Drifter does fall. The Holiday may have to use a rejuve here, but that is okay when you traded a rejuve for the Drifter, and you can trade a rejuve for this Mo and Krill. This Holiday does have the ult up. Do they? And the Mo and Krill will fall. They are going straight in, looking for these shrines. They said, screw that last walker. We want the shrines. This late in the game, they're more important with that 15% penalty and the amount of souls they give. But the bigger thing here is by getting these shrines, you gain extra money, or they gain less money per each wave, making it even harder for them to catch up. The Bebop will use their rejuve, but they have traded a rejuve for a shrine, which is more than worthwhile. Billy is going in on this Bebop, trying to make him a man down. Bebop pulls him in, the chain gang goes off. And the Bebop, will the Bebop go down? The Dynamo comes in, getting the Bebop, getting the McGinnis. And they will use one more rejuve, and the Celeste is going for this Pocket. And the Pocket does have to use his cheat death. And the Venator goes in, the Venator does grab that Celeste. And the GT uses the last rejuve. They are up 2 people. Drifter is respawning soon, but it looks like they are gonna go for this Patron, try to drop that tier 1. Holiday is low, but Holiday might just be able to get out. The Holiday does fall to the Geist. Will they be able to get this Patron in time? And it seems like they need to, they are going for it. this McGinnis is going to sacrifice their life for it, making sure this patron will fall. And tier 1 patron does go down, sacrificing the McGinnis. Will the Venator pull one out? The Venator will pull out that, take out the Drifter, but the Venator will fall as well. They sacrifice all of their rejuve and 4 people to get this tier 1 patron, and it is definitely worth it with the amount of money they say they get by removing these shrines, and the amount of money the enemy team will never get by removing these shrines. Removing that percentage is big, but this also does leave an opening for the Archmother to make a big push while the Hidden King is down 3 people for 30 more seconds. And it looks like they are going to do just that. This Billy and Mo and Krill are trying to push it straight down this blue wave, looking for this walker. Trying to even up the souls on this game. It is 52. It is 252 to 250, and they are looking to gain the soul advantage back in their favor, even if they are down objectives. The pocket does go in. Mo and Krill ult this Bebop, trying to keep the Bebop out of the fight. Pocket goes for an afflict, gets the Billy, gets the Moan, and gets a ton of people. This afflict will do the damage, but will they be able to capitalize on it with the hook coming in? But the Geist will manage to run away. Geist does not have their ult. Holiday is going in, the Celeste does fall, the Billy does fall. The Holiday misses their lasso, and the Holiday will go down. But this McGinnis is going in, seeing that Mo and Krill alone, and going for the wall to block off their exits, and they will fall. The Hidden King was trying to push for the objective, trying to grab an inch. Trying to grab whatever inches they could with the deaths of the Hidden King side, but it seems they may have overextended themselves, and now this will allow the Hidden King side to run straight into the base, and the Drifter is going down. This Venator goes in straight for the Drifter, and it seems like with only 2 people alive, the patron might just fall. Geist is low, and the Geist is cursed. The Geist wasn't even able to go for it if they had it. And the Venator goes in for their ult, and the Dynamo is low, and he snipes him out of the fountain! An amazing ult from that Venator, and what a snipe! And the Hidden King team will win. What an amazing game. The back and forth. The Hidden King team grabbing these picks early, like their team's sake should, and then going for team fights. But then this Archmother team, noticing that they're down and they also have 2 amazing pick characters, got a few picks, were able to split up the team fight in a favorable way and focus down 1 to 2 people and go for the rejuve. But and after all that, the Archmother was unable to grab that last walker, losing the Mo and Krill to the Holiday. And this Holiday being a major playmaker this game, allowing the Holiday to go in and when everyone was playing passive, the Archmother looking to forcefully grab that walker without the rejuves. Holiday saw an opening, grabbed the lasso, and from there the game was open and shut. They went from a lasso to 1 kill to 2 kill to 3 kills to that mid boss to going straight for the enemy's base. And once they all respawned, going straight in and removing the enemies from their side, even if the enemies got that walker. The Hidden King side was not messing around, managing to not let them Archmother escape. And from there, the Hidden King walked straight into their base and took out the rest of the enemies and the patron. Their pick team, I mean, as I was saying, they really need to be playing around that Holiday. And the Holiday is showing why you need to play around that Holiday. They got some amazing lassos that really defined how the game, defined the flow of the game. Without that Holiday, that game may have been very different.